Hello everyone, and welcome to SuperTekZone Reviews. In this first episode, we're going to be taking a look at the TASCAM DR07 digital audio recorder. Now, the DR07 was introduced by TASCAM in early 2009 as part of a new line of small and affordable digital audio recorders aimed mainly at amateur musicians and consumers. The DR07 has been discontinued and it has been replaced by the newer and improved DR07 Mark II. As you can see from the picture, the DR07 Mark II offers a different and improved control layout, repositionable stereo microphones, and in addition offers better quality recording capability. That is, with the original DR07, you could record at a maximum of 24 bits and 48 kHz sampling rate, whereas with the DR07 Mark II, the sampling rate has been increased to 96 kHz. In this review, we're going to be taking a look at the features and benefits of the original DR07 and also providing some real-world sound samples so that you can evaluate for yourself the quality of recordings that the DR07 produces. Let's get started now by taking a closer look at the DR07. Here's the front panel of the DR07. As you can see, all of the controls are neatly laid out and clearly marked. There aren't very many controls, and this makes operating the recorder easier. Let's take a look at the main controls in more detail. Near the bottom of the front panel, you'll find the jog wheel. The jog wheel is used to scroll through the various settings menus and submenus of the recorder. It is also used to let you scroll through a given recording so you can locate a particular passage very quickly. The jog wheel also lets you restore the backlight on the main display. The backlight is designed to turn off automatically as a power-saving feature. However, users can set the backlight so it stays on for 5, 10, 15, or 30 seconds. In the center of the jog wheel is the play-pause button. The button is also used as a select button when changing various settings. Midway along the front panel of the DR07, you'll find the major controls. Here you have the input-output loop button, rewind and fast-forward buttons, and the playback control button. The playback control button is designed to let you speed up or slow down the playback of a recording. Next is the menu button. In a moment, we'll take a closer look at the menus and submenus of the TASCAM DR07. And to the right is the record button. Here is the main display of the DR07. As you can see, it provides a wealth of information. In the upper left-hand corner, you'll see the speed indicator. This indicates the current playback speed when you're reviewing a recording. Below that, you'll find the record status indicator showing whether the recorder is in play, pause, record, or stop mode. In the right-hand corner is a battery life indicator. Below that is an hour, minute, and second counter that lets you see how much time has elapsed during your current recording. Below this counter is another one that shows you how much time remains on the SD card that is installed on the recorder. There's also a line level indicator that is calibrated in decibels so you can see what your mic or line in levels are like. If you press the record button, you can activate the recorder's level meters, and when the record button is pressed once, a light flashes to show that the recorder is armed but not recording. Press it again and the light becomes solid and signifies that recording is in progress. To access the main menu of the DR07, press the menu button once. This calls up a wide range of choices that you can scroll through using the jog wheel. Choices such as Information, Browse, Playlist, Play Mode, Input Setting, Record Setting, Divide, Setup, and Date and Time. For the sake of keeping this review reasonably short, we won't look at all of the submenus that can be called up from the main menu. Instead, we'll look at one menu choice for the sake of illustrating how the recorder settings are accessed. To access the submenus, rotate the jog wheel until the desired choice is highlighted. This causes the cursor to jump to the right and highlight a setting. Press the play-pause button once. Press the menu button to exit. The left-hand side of the recorder shows a 5-volt DC in connection for AC power adapters. A power adapter doesn't come with the DR07. However, compatible power adapters are available at many electronics stores. Next is the door that covers the SD card slot and the mini USB port. The DR07 can take SD cards as large as 32 gigabytes. The mini USB port is used to connect the DR07 to your computer, so you can quickly and easily transfer files from the recorder to your computer. Beside the SD card door is the power button and the hold button. The hold button is designed to let you lock the controls of the recorder, so you don't end up accidentally changing a setting. Let's take a look at the right side of the recorder. On the right side of the recorder, you'll find a line-in jack and a line-out jack. These are 1/8 of an inch or 3.5 millimeter mini jacks. The line-in lets you record the output from things like mixing boards or stereos. The line-out lets you connect a speaker or a pair of headphones. The output level control lets you adjust the volume whenever you are monitoring a recording using headphones. Finally, the record level wheel lets you fine-tune the recording level and adjust it upwards or downwards. At the top of the microphone, you'll find the mic in jack. Here you can connect microphones that have a 3.5 millimeter mini plug. The DR07 does not provide 48 volt phantom power, so you will not be able to use microphones that require it. However, the recorder can be set to provide battery power for condenser mics that require it. In real-world testing, the DR07 was found to work best with good quality, battery-powered condenser microphones like the Audio-Technica Pro 24. Beside the mic in jack, you'll find the built-in mics of the DR07. On the back of the recorder, you'll find 4 anti-skid feet that are designed to keep the recorder in place on a flat surface. Next is a thread mounting hole. The thread accepts a standard 1/4 inch or 20 thread screw that is commonly found on the quick release plates of most camera tripods. This way you can mount the DR07 on a tripod to gain greater stability while recording. Finally, to access the battery bay, simply push gently on the battery bay door and slide the cover forward. This exposes the battery bay. The DR07 accepts 2 AA size batteries. A caveat is in order here. If you connect an AC adapter to the DR07, you cannot install rechargeable batteries in the recorder and recharge them. Let's listen now to some real-world sound samples from the DR07. This is the TASCAM DR07 digital audio recorder connected to an Audio-Technica Pro 24 stereo condenser microphone. The record level has been set to 8 and the gain on the recorder has been set to medium. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of the party. This is the TASCAM DR07 digital audio recorder connected to an Audio-Technica ATR3350 lavalier microphone. The gain on the recorder is set to medium, and the recording level is set to 6. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of the party. This is the TASCAM DR07 digital audio recorder using the built-in microphones. The gain on the recorder is set to medium, and the record level is set to 6. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of the party. So, what's my take on the TASCAM DR07? Well, it's a pretty good recorder for not a lot of money. In real-world situations, it actually acquitted itself very well. However, I did have a few quibbles with the recorder, and ultimately these are minor and shouldn't cause a problem for most people. The first of these relates to build quality, and I found the DR07 to be rather plasticky in terms of feel. And that's to be expected with any digital audio recorder that falls into the $100 price class. The other thing I found about the construction of the DR07 is that the body is very hollow, and the plastic is very smooth, and those two factors conspire together to result in a lot of handling noise if you're trying to do handheld recordings. For that reason, I recommend that you put the DR07 on a tripod or use a screw-in hand grip to minimize, if not totally eliminate, handling noise. The next thing I noticed about the recorder is that the battery life is not great, but it's not terrible. I found that the DR07 will go through a cheap pair of alkalines very quickly. So for that reason, I recommend that you get yourself one and perhaps two sets of good quality rechargeables. If you can, use AC power if it's available where you're recording. And finally, the built-in microphones on the DR07 are actually pretty good, but I found them to be a bit bright and a bit noisy. Noise aside, the brightness won't necessarily be a problem if you're recording something like lectures, because the brightness will lead to enhanced intelligibility. If you want to try for better results, a good idea would be to use a good quality battery-powered external condenser microphone that you can plug into the DR07. By and large though, the DR07 is good value for the money, and overall I give it 7 out of 10. That's it for this review. Thanks for joining me. See you next time on SuperTekZone Reviews.